There are 5 major application notes that discuss manufacturing test and programming for EM35xx devices. The first is AN710, which provides several details about manufacturing and stack tokens, as well as some basic node test usage. The second is AN718, which provides an overview of manufacturing test. Next is AN700, which goes into more detail to provide guidelines and recommendations for manufacturing test. The fourth is AN717, which provides information on all of the programming options available for EM35xx platform customers. Lastly, for smart energy customers, AN718 provides details on setting manufacturing certificates and installation codes. There are also several knowledge base articles which provide additional details as well. Finally, there are 2 videos which provide information on basics and additional features of the node test application. AN710 is entitled Bringing Up Custom EM35xx Devices. This application note discusses the types of things that need to be configured on the device before testing the hardware and the system. One of the items discussed is Customer Information Block, or CIB, manufacturing tokens. These are tokens that the customer sets in manufacturing, either with a debug adapter or through an API call. A table of tokens and descriptions of these tokens is presented for additional detail. Also presented is an overview of bootloaders with references to other documentation on the topic. Node test is then discussed with an example of performing an RF functional test between 2 EM35xx devices. Lastly, setting stack tokens is discussed, providing information about simulated EEPROM and additional resources for more information. AN710 is necessary to review before initial testing of your custom design to ensure that the device is configured properly for your specific application and use case. AN718 provides an overview of manufacturing test flow based on product lifecycle phases. The diagram at the right shows various stages of the product lifecycle and the corresponding manufacturing test processes applicable to each phase of the product lifecycle. This application note defines the high-level testing recommended, as well as provides high-level recommendations for each product lifecycle phase. AN718 is meant to be an overview, while AN700 provides further details. AN700 provides guidelines and recommendations for manufacturing test of EM35xx devices. Detailed test definitions are provided, and test recommendations are discussed for various stages of testing, including characterization or design verification, low-volume manufacturing, and high-volume manufacturing. An example test architecture is presented to give the reader a better understanding of testing, and an example equipment list is provided as well. In addition, test application product offerings are discussed. Nodetest and Manufacturing Library are the 2 test application support product offerings provided to the customer to assist with your test needs. One necessary part of the manufacturing test process is device programming. AN717 describes the various programming options available to EM35xx device customers. The programming method depends on the product life cycle phase, developer environment, prototyping, characterization, and even low-volume manufacturing stages likely will all rely on the Ember debug adapter, or ISA3 for programming. For high-volume production programming, there are several options available to the customer. There are gang programmers, in-system programmers, and in-circuit test programmers. Please reach out to the programming partners listed here and in AN717 for additional details. Also note that Silicon Labs is in the process of rolling out pre-programmed parts to remove the need for customers to program their own devices. Please contact your Silicon Labs sales representative for additional details on this programming option. AN708 provides details on setting manufacturing certifications and installation codes, which is relevant for smart energy customers. This application note provides information on the security components that make up this process, as well as the certificate authorities involved with this process. Certificate validation, programming, and erasing certificates are detailed as well. Finally, the Smart Energy Installation Code overview is presented. This application note provides smart energy customers with all of the information needed to understand manufacturing certificates and installation codes. Nodetest is a standalone application which provides various test commands and modes, including RF transmit and receive, peripheral interfaces, and device shutdown or sleep modes. The standalone application is ideal for RF evaluation, prototype testing, design verification, and characterization, and volume manufacturing test. Pre-built images for each EM35xx device variant are supplied with each Ember ZNet stack release, as shown in the image at the right. For additional information on Nodetest, training videos, Nodetest Basics, and Nodetest additional features are good starting point, as well as AN700 and AN710. Manufacturing Library is a test library that contains Nodetest-like test mode functions. This is a small library of less than 500 bytes that can be optionally included in the customer application. This is supported for both System-on-Chip, SoC, and Network Coprocessor, NCP, platforms. Using Manufacturing Library allows you to avoid multiple programming events at test time, as the library mode can be invoked from your application. The general functions are outlined in the Ember ZNet API reference, PDF, or HTML version, in the stack release as shown at the right. Also, a sample application, Manufacturing Sample App, is available that provides example usage of this library within the application. Thank you for viewing this video. For more information on EM35xx devices, please visit www.silabs.com/ZigBee.